Hello. Hello, Mover. How are you?
The mystery guest host is the people at home.
Yes. Yeah.
Friends
Please
we made
chime
along
in.
the way.
Please chime in with things that you would like us to talk about. We have no plan.
We need your help.
We need your help. Sponsored by viewers like you.
Dude.
What's up, man?
Oh, dude. Yeah, it's been quite a day. We've got quite a storm going on here. So if I have technical problems, that's why. Has nothing to do with my setup.
If I have technical problems, it's the spectrum.
Is it?
Probably.
Yeah. Doug, how are you, sir?
How you feeling, buddy?
I'm amongst the living.
Good.
Progress.
That's all I got.
Good. Anything exciting happened this week?
And transmission. I went to work for 2 hours.
Perfect. Don't overdo it.
All right, that's an improvement.
Don't overdo it, man. Yeah. Mover, how are you? How was your week, sir?
Well, it was drill weekend.
Oh, that's right.
We did that.
We did that.
I got a super nice room from 1987. Like
Yeah.
Mima's comforter and the green couch. I mean, seriously, it's very nice.
Yeah.
20 years ago.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it doesn't matter whether it's Navy or Air Force. I think
We
all-
told you, Casmo. What? Yeah, you think I kid about these things?
get some coffee in your Casmo and
Yeah, just
roll in here in about 15
phone
minutes.
in. Phone in. You're fine. Nobody loves us anymore.
Yeah, man, all those on base BOQs, whatever they call them in the Air Force, man, they all smell the same, and they all, I think, had the same people build their furniture and drapes.
30 years ago.
I think 50 years ago. I remember the 90s, and that stuff was
Yeah.
outdated in the 90s.
Yeah, it's nostalgic. It's like staying at old Mima's house.
Yeah, it does remind me. Yeah, you're right. It does remind me of my grandma's style. Which
It's we're complaining. This is very Air Force. Like all the Army dudes are like, well, at least you get to sleep in a bed.
yeah,
Yeah.
air conditioning.
And somebody asked me, they're like, so when do you guys go to the field? I'm like, what is the field? What does that?
We're literally talking about the field.
Yeah, I'm like, what does that mean? She's like,
Yeah.
the field. Field?
Yeah,
Like when we go play flicker ball? Like what
Crud.
does that mean
crud.
exactly? You don't play crud on the field. You play that in the O Club, which doesn't exist anymore.
no, that's true.
They've gotten rid of it.
That in the air.
Yeah, how was your drill weekend, sir?
It was good, man. We've had Sean Mattingly on the show. We got to see him, which was really cool. We said farewell to one of our good friends, the chief, and then welcomed the new chief, which he's all signs to point he's going to be a great guy to have around. So all in all, man, it was really good. I mean, busy as usual. It kind of flew by, and the standard the day before you go on drill, like
The flail.
I'm losing my mind trying to get stuff ready. And then like today, I tried to play catch up, and dude, I spent all day. The water pump went out of my truck. So
Is that what it was? Or is that in addition to the other stuff?
that is an additional discrepancy that I crawled underneath it, and I'm like, what is this red stuff? And so I do what, I little dab my finger and taste it. And of course it tastes like glycol. So changed out the water pump, got that done. Was going to come here, get ready on the show. Then my wife calls me. She's like, my van's on fire. It's smoking.
What?
Yeah, dude. So I throw a bunch of tools in my truck, drive out to where she's at. And I have my own idea of what happened, but the old van's fine.
Your world is literally burning to the ground.
Dude, yeah. And of course, we're getting ready to go to Ohio. So I got the motorhome out today, drove it around, tested it out. It's been, dude. Oh, and I broke the radiators on my race bike. So I had to run those to the shop to get welded. It's been a
thing, dude.
a minute. It's like, honestly, I was like, man, I can't wait to do the show. It's like,
complain to tell everybody so they'll super chat you.
no, like it takes my mind off of all the broke crap I have sitting in my driveway.
Well, you know what we missed last week?
We probably missed a lot of things.
Missed
Dude.
Your birthday.
Yes. Hey,
That's an excellent cake.
I want to say thank you. We've had Withy on the show, and he is standing at. He's just super creative, and he showed up with this cake, and it is awesome. Cat shot brain, which my favorite is the horn salute. You know, the one wing folded, the one not.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's awesome. So I got to eat some cake too, man. So it's not all.
And you got to eat some more spicy cheese. I thought you were messing with me, dude. Gonky looks. We're at the commissary, and she's the poor sandwich artist is like, "What kind of cheese would you like, sir?" And he's like, "Puff, puff, 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 puff. Mover, help me out. What kind of cheese? What is the spicy cheese?"
Mover looks at me like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm
like, what?
Having a moment." Yeah,
it could be the fact that you know what glycol tastes like.
Ethylene glycol. Yeah, well, dude, I mean, Doug. Yeah, okay,
no, that's 100% standard.
Yeah, right. You're an automotive guy. You see a little something, just oh yeah, that's definitely coolant, right?
I can tell you the difference between ATF and motor oil.
See, look, dude, my dad was a career aircraft mechanic. I have a little bit of that in me.
Well, maybe you should stop ingesting it. That's all I'm saying.
Don't ingest it. You just taste it.
Maybe
it's like, dude, it's like, you know, it's like
but Doug, you have like, you got a 40-pound brain, so you got a lot of room to maneuver and to lose before you get to Gonky level. Gonky's not working with that level of expertise and buffer.
Well, I went up
to the double digits.
I went up to the chaplains and pled my case about how I'm losing my mind, and they're like, "You probably have sleep apnea." So,
JC, this is Gonky going to the chaplains instead of medical.
I believe in divine healing, my friend. So,
well, speaking of sketchy things, I got some mail this weekend. Very scary stuff. It turned out to be anthrax.
Oh, that's clever.
Again, we would like to
don't know who would have done that.
Yes. Yeah.
Starts with a with and ends with an E.
Yeah, exactly.
It was easier to ascertain who it was because he hand delivered it to me because he didn't know I was going to be there on Friday. So
gotta work on his OPSEC.
He's like, "Oh, you're here. Well, here you go."
Yeah. This came in the mail for you. It's not for me.
Yeah, this is the thing. And I was like, "What were you going to do if I wasn't there?" Because the guy who's sharing my office is federal law enforcement. So I was wondering how he was going to explain that to the federale.
He might not have got it.
I left it there too. So I can't wait. I hope not. I forgot to explain. I should probably email him and be like, "Hey man, if you find this in the desk drawer,
it's not really anthrax.
It's not really anthrax, but if
Okay.
you want to jam out, feel free. Feel free to do whatever you need to do to make you happy."
Yeah. See, man, it was a good drill.
Yeah, it was sad to say goodbye to the chief. He's probably trolling the comments already. He says he doesn't stay up late enough to watch our show or listen to us, so he listens on the drive, which he's not driving for a little while, but we wish him the best. He was awesome as the wing chief. Just a stand-up dude.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for him because he, gave me a second chance at the wing. So
well, dude, cool. It doesn't, I mean, he's like, what, even in the Navy, right? You're senior enlisted. It's like, man, I need to, how do I get this done? I go straight to the chief.
Yeah. The Navy gave me that appreciation because when I was in the Air Force, dude, I was just a captain. I was a junior captain when I left, so I had no responsibility except flying and, the additional duties I had, but it wasn't like leading anybody. And then you go to the Navy and you're like, holy crap, the chief's mess. Like, that's a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
And then, we kind of took some time away at flying T-38s, living the dream, because we had no responsibilities except to fly, which is probably why we got fired, Gonky, for kind of being honest with ourselves. And then we come here and it's like, yeah, there's a lot going on, and you need strong enlisted leadership. You need strong you know, the Chiefs mess, like, well, not the Chiefs mess, but, you know, all the shirts and stuff in the Air Force. Everybody plays an integral role. And if you have that strength, things go a lot better than when it's not working so well.
Oh yeah, way better, man. I mean, even the big boss is like, hey, go
Mhm.
get Chief. I got a question.
Yeah. And so our new chief was a KC-10 boom operator.
Yeah.
And he is cool, man. I've
Yeah.
already started talking flying stories with him. And so he's a cool dude. So got a
Yeah.
good group down there, man. Got a real good group.
So far, I've been very impressed with the KC-10.
Yeah, they put on a good
community.
act.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude, it's because they're the Gucci Mafia. They just, you know, everything is just happy. Like the golden retrievers of the
There you go, dude.
Aviation community.
There you go. Yeah. Well, hey, dude, it works. I mean, like I
Yeah,
said, so
it's
far,
a
I've been
party
very
everywhere they
impressed.
go. I mean, why wouldn't you be happy?
It's good time. Good times.
Everybody's
all the
happy
time.
to see you, you know, because like as a fighter guy, you're like,
That's
oh,
true.
KC-10, dude, this is gonna be nice.
That's true.
This
Yeah.
is easy. It's always gonna work. The lights, I'm gonna be able to see the director lights now. That's nice. It's all new.
Yeah. Dude, as the Navy guy, it's like, oh, it's like 100 feet of hose vice, like 8.
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
you're like,
it was always appreciated. I wonder, like, what the dudes now, like, is the KC-46? Is it like, oh God,
if you're a Raptor,
right,
if you're a
start
Raptor
right
guy.
in the AIB. Here we go. You know, go ahead and put those wings on the table. Let's see how it works. Or is it like, no, you know, it's great when it works.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder from the operator perspective.
Well, dude, let me ask you. I mean, did you? Because I mean, the booms. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Is the boom the same on a KC-135 as it is on a KC-10?
Fundamentally, yes, but in practice, no, because how it operated was different. Because number one, like I said, the director lights were awesome and they worked, so you could see them.
Yeah.
Second thing is the 4-engine KC-135. If they were heavy, the power on the inboard engines would be spooled up, and that would bounce you everywhere, you know. And yeah, both of them can kind of fly you around with the boom, but I always felt like the KC-10 could do it better because I don't know what the like physical differences are,
Right.
but it just seemed like it was an overall smoother experience in general when you knew you had a KC-10 out there versus a 135.
So even in the Viper community, Air Force world, the everyone prefers.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
Yeah.
Now, granted, nobody kicks ass without tanker gas. I mean, I'll take anything, you know. And I don't want to poo-poo the KC-135 community because they did save my bacon, and I've probably told this story going cross country. Those dudes, I was going to be in a lot of trouble, and I was taking a jet to Salt Lake City or Hill Air Force Base to the depot, and stop me if you've heard this one, which you probably have, but I thought I was a smart lieutenant because I was like, I'm gonna get a tanker. Like I'm gonna make it in one leg. I'm not gonna have to stop one leg, hop on the commercial flight back in the same day, you know, because you can do that if you can one leg it. And I got a PPR at Carswell, but I forgot to get a PPR at Hill because I got the PPR at Carswell and then I got the tanker right after. So I canceled the PPR at Carswell and never got the PPR at the place I was actually going. And you would think you're dropping off a jet for them, you wouldn't need it, but they're very adamant about that. And we had just hooked up and we're over Arkansas and we're doing the practice hookups and stuff. And he's like, hey man, because we get the discrete frequencies. Like, hey man, your DO just called and he is super pissed. And he said, you're going to go have to land at Salt Lake City. And I'm like, what? Like, oh yeah, you got to land at Salt Lake City because you didn't get a PPR. And if you don't get it within so many hours, you know, they can't do it. You can't do it for you. And I was like, could you you got a phone on that thing, right? And he's like, oh yeah, we got a phone. I was like, could you maybe help me out? Hold on a second. Like, and they get back there, you know, and 20 minutes later, he's like, hey, you ready to copy? Here's your PPR number. I'm like, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Strato Tanker.
Yeah. Thank you. You guys are my boys. Let's do some more hookups to get whatever training you need. We'll practice a breakaway, whatever you need. And they dropped me off over like Missouri or whatever. And I flew in and I got to base ops. They're like, well, you almost got in a lot of trouble, huh? I was like, yeah, I kind of did.
That's part of your plan, dude. You're gonna
That's
have
all
them.
part of the plan, dude.
Yeah,
Because we used to have this guide of all the tanker units in the country, and I was just like cold calling, like, "Hey, this is Lieutenant Lemoyne. Do you guys have availability to meet me in Louisiana on this date and time? How many jets? One."
Dude.
And I did the whole like rendezvous. Like, dude, I'm a brand new lieutenant, and I made the rendezvous happen by myself, and the fighter turn and all that stuff, and rejoin, tanked. I was feeling like a superhero until he's like, "Hey, your DO is pissed." And if you knew Cato was gruff, especially as turned out to be awesome American, like just such a cool guy. But when you're a lieutenant, you're afraid of everybody, especially the old gruff Lieutenant Colonel DO.
Oh yeah,
and that was me.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Other than the weird setup for Navy types, I didn't have any beef with the KC-135. But man, the short hose made it really
story of our lives, Gonky.
Correct, especially for me. So the short hose has always been an issue for me. So
touche.
Makes it hard to do anything.
Yeah.
But I digress.
Anyway, Bob Bardo's Pulleys and Pulley Accessories says donation to Gonky's Destin Harbor Pontoon Fund, 420.
Wow,
Bob Bardo. Kyle Pie, I think, right?
I think so, yeah.
You guys like a good flyover. See the Monza F1 race flyover from yesterday? It was pretty sweet. Time with the singer.
I
don't know anything about it. Formula Tic Tac's got my back says we have traveled a great distance to observe the Gonky and the mover. No wombat means I got out of the fast Tic Tac for nothing though.
Yeah,
we tried.
Yeah, we tried.
Renee says from the nurse, Gonky, you tasted what? Kidney failure 101. Welcome to the club, buddy.
Just a drop. All I need is
I already have all the waiver paperwork. You're fine.
I mean, it's not like this is full of ethylene glycol. Just a drop.
All right. And Alex Adventures in Aviation says, happy late birthday, Gonky, sir.
Thanks, Alec. Appreciate it, man.
You guys are close together on the birthday.
Pretty close, yeah. So, yeah.
JD says, Gonky drinking coolant explains.
Tasting, John, not drinking. Tasting. Dude, Doug has already backed me up. This is a common maintenance practice.
It's really strong too. You don't need to taste a lot of it.
No, dude. You can, in fact, you could almost like sometimes I do the sniff test.
That's probably what I would recommend.
Yeah.
I would like that. Says, howdy from the large country of Canada. I never get to watch live. I was in the mountains this weekend and a couple CFA teams ripped by maybe 2,000 feet AGL. Made me smile.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Rigoroo. Happy birthday, Gonky. This is my favorite Monday evening show.
Thanks,
We're sorry to disappoint.
No. I like the picture of the bike. That's awesome.
Yeah. Gundam Blade says, happy birthday, Gonky. Which country did you wish to bully when blowing the candles? Evening Mover and Doug. P.S. Casmo is trolling in the chat. I know. And we gave him, hold on, did he message me?
Yeah, we gave Casmo a solid 3 minutes to hop on this show.
I'm going to send him the link again. See if he bites.
We might get more than we were bargaining for.
It'd be even better, dude.
Correct. We might have to send Alec to bed, and we might have to.
Oh yeah.
It's like
we're not doing anything controversial tonight, I don't think.
Well, okay. All right.
I mean, anything could be controversial if you try hard enough.
Yeah, I didn't think about bullying anybody, any countries, anything, man. But thank you for the birthday wishes.
I filmed Mover Ruins Movies of the Thunderbird documentary with Mace last week.
Yeah. And
probably not going to be friends with them.
With the Thunderbirds?
Yeah, they're not going to be friends with Mover.
Wait a minute.
It's so funny,
were you friends with them before?
No, but for sure not. It's so funny because like the whole time, and Doug has previewed it. You can back me up on this. Did you notice that every time I would make a joke, she would roll in and like explain it?
I thought that was a great dynamic.
Yeah, it would be like, I'd be like, yeah, whatever, make fun of them. And then she'd be like, well, actually, the Thunderbirds, like it would be the actual serious history of it. Like, well, she's keeping us honest.
Yep.
She's awesome though. Her book comes out tomorrow. You guys go buy it because She was on CBS this morning.
Yeah,
Which means she's outgrown us by at least an exponential amount.
a
Her
lot,
press schedule would kill anybody else.
a lot. Yeah.
Oh,
Her-
dude,
her
it would.
appearance schedule.
Once Gonky figured out he had to fly somewhere, it'd be over.
Wait, I gotta leave my house.
Yeah, I can't take the RV to New York.
I can't
That's what
take.
Zoom meetings are for.
I know, right, Doug? Come on.
Nope, that one's the old one. Griff says, happy birthday, Gonky. Buy yourself an extra helping of spicy cheese on me.
Thank you. I will.
Can you? All right, what's it called?
Pepper Jack?
All right.
I was thinking about it, dude. I was like, spicy cheese. That's pepper jack.
Yeah.
Not provolone.
Not provolone.
Not provolone. Pepper.
Jason Song. Been a while. Hope everyone's doing okay. Happy birthday, Gonky. Happy flying again, Mover. Mover's not flying
Thanks,
again.
Jason.
No.
Not yet. We're working
No.
on it.
There's no. I wish. Anything's possible. No. A lot more next month of what
Yes.
Mover's future should hold. Plexi says, happy birthday, Gonky. Do we have the same birthday?
The 4th.
Virgins unite.
Oh, Flexi.
I
love it.
mean, I feel like you got a couple kids, Gonky. You want to explain that?
I can't because I do have a couple kids.
Yeah. Oh, Virgos. Yeah. Same thing.
No. Dude, Virgo is not the same thing as Virgin.
It's the spicy cheese of the world.
Yeah, they both have a V. That's about
Yeah. Ver. Ethor says, thanks for keeping me entertained while I'm admitted in the hospital. Jesus, Ethor.
Come on, man.
Feel better, dude.
Yeah, dude. Hope you're all right.
Fight Sword Radio. Currently flying the Viper in DCS while I listen to the show. It's a new favorite Monday. Pull up. Pull
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Altitude. Chaff, flare. Chaff, flare. Low,
Wouldn't it
out.
also say missile right? Missile right. Every once in a while, I can't remember, man.
I'm not the Viper.
No, I think the Hornet. I don't know.
I would say roll left, roll right.
That's
one
it.
thing she would say.
That's
Good
it.
Lord. Missile right.
I don't know.
Woo.
I'm getting my Independence Day stuff mixed up with actual, you know.
I don't think that's an Independence Day either.
Catch our brain, dude. Pepper Jack.
I don't think you sleep enough. I think that's the problem. Bones says you guys should have Lieutenant Colonel Mark Sluggo Hazara on retired 135 pilot.
I've heard that name before. Does he have a book out?
I feel like he's going to be mad at us because we just finished poo-poo in the 135. Although I did give him props.
Yeah, dude.
But nobody ever focuses on that. They always focus on like the one negative thing, like the Boeing people that hate us right now. They always take that little bit of, and then they just go,
yeah,
Gonky and Mover are haters. We're
No,
not.
I
haters.
love. Yeah, all Air Force big wing tankers for a Navy fighter pilot is a welcome sight because when you join up to the Super Hornet, they give you like 700 pounds, and they're like, "Well, what do I do with this?"
That's like the equivalent of the Wizzo.
Exactly, and most of them are two-seaters too. You're like, dude, get rid of the dude in the back and give me another 700.
All right,
Right?
you can have 1,400 if they.
Good, right? And it
got
took me
rid of that.
500 to get here, so
Great.
exactly.
Heat Seeker says, "Is that alcohol I smell in your breath?" No, officer. I was just tasting things leaking out of my engine. Hey, funny you should mention that. Mental Health Minute. If we get that far tonight.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Thomas also says, happy birthday, Gonky. Watching with my new Tomcat. He's gray, a little fur missing off the sides. Definitely a Navy cat. Oh, cool. Like a real
Nice.
cat.
Nice.
Thomas also says, happy birthday. Love bubbles from the rear of the plane. Oh, dude. People got mad about that.
About what I said or you said?
Me, because I copied you. And so when you say it, nobody bats an eye. But when I repeat the joke that you have said, I am now a misogynist.
It's probably the delivery, dude. I mean,
Well,
I do it very respectfully, so.
Respectfully, bubbles.
So,
VR,
I mean, if you're not respectful,
Gonky. Yeah.
if you're not respectful
Dude,
about it,
life,
of course.
how easy would life be if I were pretty? You know, that's what I always wonder. Because you can get away with so much when you're pretty, but not when you've got a punchable face. Because people just look for reasons. That's why I had to learn Krav Maga because, well, it's necessity, really. Avoid, negotiate, kill. That's all I could do. Yeah, there we go. All right. Hey, let's talk about topics because that's why people are here. Doug, make the video big and I'll, there you go. So, hey,
as big as it gets.
Combat action in the Pirates of the Caribbean. Drug runners were bombed on their fishing boat.
This is a heck of a
that's what the media says. This is a fishing boat. It says just some people fishing.
Yeah.
Out on a normal fishing day with their 4-engine
3,000 horsepower.
Yeah, because the fish, you got to get them fast. And
this is as big as it gets.
That's what she said.
I know, dude.
And the boat now ceases to exist. I think they got him with a missile of some sort, but
Maverick?
Oh no, it's probably like a drone, Hellfire or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
But some people are upset about this. Some people are happy about this. Gonky, give us your tactical and strategic overview. Your thoughts, professional opinion. Go.
Wow, that's a good hit.
Shack.
Yeah. All right, go home and
all the fentanyl is on fire right now next to the bass.
Yeah. I'm all for, stopping drugs coming into the country. I know there's a debate on, should the military be out there blowing up boats?
It's like the whole point of the Navy.
Yeah. Typically it's the Coast Guard, but I guess my argument is,
Wait, the Coast Guard can blow up boats?
Yeah, man, they got
Hellfires too.
I think on the helicopters, and they've got like ships with guns and stuff. Yeah, I mean it's guarding the coast guard.
This was out, not our coast. This was farther out.
Well, in that case,
closer to the source.
I don't think anybody's going to argue that drugs are a problem in this country, and I'm all for stopping them. I think that for a long time, I don't know, when I was a kid in like the 80s, whatever, they had a DARE program, right? So they've had a bunch of programs and stuff to try to educate people, kids mainly, right? Get them young. But I am all for. I mean, right?
Yeah.
Well, because when I was a kid, right, the DARE program was primarily for
you had the cracked eggs. This is your brain on drugs, and now we don't know what spicy cheese means.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, the local cops, right? They'd have the car painted and they drive to your school, right, and do a presentation. But as far as being mad about, so I was watching some stuff on the YouTubes in between tasting ethylene glycol and fixing damaged vehicles today, and it seems to me that the issue is, are these guys out actually deep sea fishing, or are they hauling drugs?
So D-Flow, friend of the channel, says, whilst flying for Customs Border Patrol, we intercepted numerous boats carrying loads of dope just north of Venezuela where this happened. So in my experience, the public always wants to know absolutely everything, classified or not, right? So there's a lot of people out there doing hard work fighting the drug problem. They know, right? They have intel on things that are going on. And, I guess I'm just reasonably sure that if they decide they're going to, go switches hot on something that they have, much like, when I was in combat, I assure you, when I was in combat, that when I employed, there was a lot of things that had to happen before, I put, real rounds down range. So I'm relatively confident that's the same level of professionalism that's going on here. I do recognize the fact that, unfortunately, in any kind of violent, any kind of violent thing like this, taking out a boat, mistakes do happen. But dude, there's a definite drug problem in this country, and I am all for stopping it. And letting the professionals do their job. Mover, you're a cop, right? You can probably speak a lot more to the, just the process of
tracking down people who are, drug
Well,
dealers and stuff. I mean, there's whole units and stuff for that, right?
yeah, drugs are a major problem. In this case, though, I think that we have an issue with a country that is supportive of said cartels and drug runners and is openly almost promoting it. I mean, not explicitly, but almost kind of promoting it. And sometimes, you have to send a message. I mean, look, the fact that anybody is supporting cartels that would bring this stuff in. I mean, fentanyl is a national crisis. It's a epidemic. It's a very bad thing for our country. It's ruining a lot of lives. I don't know what the right answer is as far as how do you address it, because we've been fighting the quote unquote war on drugs for you said like when you were a kid, right? We've been fighting it for 40 years.
Yeah.
And
40 plus.
it's an industry. So I don't know that one cigar boat makes a dent in anything other than sending a message, and sending a message is going to lead to escalation, and escalation, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit, can lead to tension. But I support what our leadership decides to do, because that's what we do as service members. And if we're called to go kill people and break their things who are threatening the American public, then that's our job to go do it.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, dude, you're right. As an operator, it's like you just get told, right? And you have to trust that your brothers and sisters in arms have done their job, and it's an actual target, that you're going to. So, I mean, I agree, man. Is one boat going to make a difference?
I guess different stogie. It's not a cigar boat; it's a cigarette boat.
Cigarette boat, right?
Okay,
right.
Listen, smoke them if you got them.
And you're right. Hey, if this is a country that's not cooperating, as far as like, hey, dude, your country's bringing a lot of drugs into my country. I want you to help stop. Well, if we're getting pushback on that, that's not right either.
Well, the thing is, dude, it's not just the drugs, right? It's the human trafficking.
Yep.
It's the selling girls into slavery and all that stuff. It's the human toll beyond just the effects of the drugs that these narco terrorists essentially are causing. So, yeah, dude. I mean, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey.
Luna.
She's like, she's not a drug dog, by the way.
No, she's a sleeping dog right now.
You're supposed to let sleeping dogs lie. It's a rule.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Perfect.
Let's see. Bones says that guy wrote Sluggo. What was the guy's call sign? I already forgot. Slug, something. He wrote the tanker pilot lessons from the cockpit.
I thought he had a book out.
Advanced Weather Flying 101. How to find the only cloud in 200 miles and fly right into it in shark fin.
The ship does that too. The carrier, it finds the only.
Something about it, dude. They just like, oh, hey, beautiful day. Let's find a cloud and go fly into it.
Mm-hmm.
You mind
for your training?
You mind if we take the autopilot off for our training? For the love of God, leave the thing on. No, don't hand fly it with me on this boom.
Do you like your boom in one piece?
Yeah. Do you want to keep flying?
Yeah.
Or would you like us to touch?
Yeah.
Anyway, MK says, happy birthday, Gonky. Second vote for checking out the Monza flyby. The operatic singer. Could see them coming down the street and he held his notes to perfection. That's cheating.
Well, kind of. I mean, that's what I would do.
Yeah,
Right.
well, that's that
Drag-
Clemson flyover where they held the. Oh, there goes Luna. Clemson flyover where the band like dragged it out. You know, it was like wow, wow, and they just kept going and going and going, and then they finally gave up, stopped. Everybody's looking around, and then these two eagles fly like off center, 3,000 feet over the field and idle, and you're just like, "What are you guys?" On the old fighter pilots Facebook page, they said, was that a flyover or just a couple guys going cross country? Just happened to fly around. Like, dude, that's hilarious. That's hilarious, man.
We might make it to another one of those type of flybys in the show. It's on the list.
Oh yeah. Ben says, I can't speak to issues dealing with a short hose, but long hoses come with their own set of problems. This man paid $5 to let the world know about this.
Yeah, Ben's flexing.
Good on you, Ben.
Good on you, man.
Good on you. Brian says 11 people on a drug boat is not typical. Every person is less narcotics. Those cartels also smuggle people overseas. Yeah. That's what I was just saying. The human trafficking part of this whole thing. Yeah, it's terrible. Warhorse says, take it from a Coast Guardsman. We've been wanting to do this for years.
There you go.
Well,
Coast Guard.
Did you ever see that video of the Coast Guard dude
Jumping
banging
on
the submarine?
Yes, wild.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Wild, dude.
Like,
yes.
Man, I didn't know the Coasties were that badass.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It's awesome.
Dude, if you're listening and you want to fly helicopters, if it was me, I'd go to the Coast Guard 100%.
Okay.
I think they have the coolest mission. Search and rescue, anti-drug, all that stuff. It's awesome.
You've heard it here first, Gonky.
Yeah. That's the only good thing. That's the only good thing I'll say about helicopters. I'm just kidding.
Meanwhile, our 2-star commander is a helicopter guy. And Gonky's like, whoa, when'd you graduate there? Huh? Oh,
No.
Dude, no.
Zip it.
No, you
Don't
need
get
to
me
stop it
fired.
right now. Gonky, fighter pilot. Helicopter pilots are people too, and we can hover.
Okay.
Parham Sharifi says, would knowing the F-18 and its systems in DCS help someone if they were to join the Navy, Air Force? Happy belated Gonky, Virgin's Rock.
Almost, mover.
We're just all over the place on this one.
So close.
So where are your troops and can I go there and count them? And then happy birthday. So which would you like to address first?
Dude, I tell you what, all right.
No, I'm not telling you not to answer. I'm saying the answer.
We all saw the instructional video with the e-girl.
I'm just saying
with who?
With the e-girl.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. With
JT's.
Yeah.
Special friend.
So it's like, when I went into flight school with prior flying experience, right? So that was an advantage and a disadvantage, because here's the thing. When you go to the Air Force, no matter what platform you're flying, T6, T1, whatever you're flying, there is an Air Force way to fly. If you go to the Navy, there is a Navy way to fly the F-18. And they, like, if you know other ways, they don't care. And that's not what they want to see. So people with like prior flying experience, they either did really well or some of them actually washed out, because you have to kind of brain dump a lot of that stuff, relearn it a second time the military way, right? So, I mean, there's literally 100 ways you can fly the airplane, but there's only one way if you're in the Air Force or the Navy. So you have to be careful about that. I would say just a broad overview is helpful. And, 50 hours in a Cessna is helpful. But beyond that, you're starting to build habits, flying habits, and they can be hard to break.
So I'm torn on this because I agree with you, right? Clean slate, no bad habits. The people that go to like police academies, FBI academies and stuff that have never shot end up shooting the best because they haven't been in their backyard building all the bad habits.
Yeah.
Like me, yeah, right. You figure it out on your own. Sometimes you don't. I would say if you are doing something structured, you could learn some things and that would help you. And for example, when I was a student hire at an A-10 squadron, they would take me in the sim and show me like instrument cross check, right? The hub and spoke. And that helped me. or here's how you do an overhead pattern. That helped me because then I could conceptualize it. I didn't spend a whole lot of time when I got to pilot training, but that was from Air Force fighter pilots, instructing me in a real simulator. And I tried it in a real airplane. I would say greater than that is, like you talked about, go fly a Cessna. Just time in the air is superior in every possible way. If you're just doing it to learn a couple procedures, like, the case one at the boat, that probably, although now it's magic carpet, I guess nobody cares anymore. We'll talk about that in a little while. But as far as systems, no, because DCS is an F-18 Charlie. Nobody flies that anymore. It's a different NATOPS check, right? The A through D was one, the E and F were a different one. So, what are you going to get out of that? And second, you don't even know if you're going to fly the Hornet, right? You could end up in Fat Amy, or you can end up in helicopters, and then Gonky's going to make fun of you and talk down to you and tell you you're the worst pilot in the world. Yeah, well, nobody heard that either. DCS is fun. It's an awesome flight simulation game that is looks realistic and mimics a lot of the stuff, but I would not use it without like strict guidance. I would not try to use it to get ahead, because I don't think you will. I think you'll do what Gonky talked about and build some bad habits. That's just me.
It's funny when me and Wombat showed up to Vance, like literally, he's like, "Hey man, come on over." So I come over, and he had bought or whatever a T-37 sim on his computer, and he had the joystick there. He's like, "All right, dude, teach me how to fly." I was like, what is this, right? So,
well, when I first went to like T6s, I went to they call them UTDs, right? They were a cockpit that you could turn on. It didn't have any visuals, but the switches all worked. So you could work on your cockpit flow. I did that every day. And that made me really good because I could do the blind cockpit check. I could get through a pre-flight without looking at a checklist like real fast, which frees up brain bites, makes everything easier down the road. That kind of stuff is awesome. Like if you have VR and, a T6 or a T-38C, that could potentially help you. But the stuff DCS simulates is so far down the road in your career and so outdated from where we are now, your odds of ever needing that are very low, and you're just spending brain bites. Do it for fun. If you're going to do it, just do it for funsies. Don't take it seriously.
Yeah. It is fun though.
It is 100%. It's fun. Yeah. It's as, close as you can get, but wouldn't rely on it. What spend your money on seat time. Like if you're like, hey, I could spend $10,000 on a, nerd machine, or, get my private pilot's license or whatever, go get the PPL.
Yes.
Just go fly.
That's about right. Get your private. That's about the right amount of experience that I think that helps most people.
Yeah. Thomas says, why aren't all tanker flights designated JAWS 1, 2? That's above our pay grade kind of question.
Most of the Air Force ones had like gas station names when we were
Texaco, Exxon.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know. Justin, thank you, Justin. Wow,
Justin, thank you.
Finally able to intercept a live one. Been wanting to support fellow aviators, and because you put out solid content between equally entertaining banter, Bravo Zulu Gents. Thanks, dude.
Thanks, man.
It means a lot. It means a lot when it's from the bros.
Is that US Super Horn? Look at that, dude.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Thanks, man.
Single seat too. Good.
Don't bully the people.
I'm just kidding, dude. It's my birthday, bro.
Hawkeye says, happy birthday, Gonky. Mine's 2 days. I also pre-ordered Mesa's book.
Well, happy early birthday.
Oh,
that's how Mace said the book. Mace said Mover and I aren't good enough for the book. So you'll have to tell us.
Mover's not. She doesn't know that you can read. So she specifically said this book is not for you, Mover. However, she made no mention of Gonky.
I think we're pretty much the same, right? I mean,
look, we're bringing back the Lunacam.
Just the pause, just a little.
That's a paw and a tail.
Just is that a paw?
Two paws and a tail.
Perfect, dude.
That's perfect. That's what she thinks of this operation. AMT
All right.
says, Gonky, first air for de-ice ingest. Jim Bean, Jack, or John Walker, quick.
Dude, Jack.
Okay.
Yes. Back when I used to partake a little bit.
What does
I
that
was-
mean, de-ice ingest? What
I
are these
don't know.
words?
I just know Jack is Jack Daniels.
I've
dude.
always flown in the more tropical locations. Ice is not a thing I worry about.
Dude, I have not de-iced in several years, so I don't.
Oh, there's all kind of things you got to do. I don't know.
I know.
Checklist.
It's a long
Yeah.
read.
There's a whole iPad thing, and
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Param Sharifi says, "Thanks for the awesome answers. I know exactly what you mean. I've got 25 hours in assess, so we'll keep going at that."
Cool. Awesome,
Nailed it.
man. Yeah.
But if you want to pwn the noobs in BFM,
Yeah.
by
Dude,
all
more
means,
power to you.
just don't just
Don't take it
hot
too
start-
seriously.
Hot start the thing and go. Right? Don't like, oh, I got to learn the ops limit. You know, you don't. You don't need to know that.
No.
Nobody needs to know ops limits.
No. Just know how to select gun and then
Yeah.
kill everybody.
Yeah. Did you know? So I learned this doing the Mover Ruins movies. This is a spoiler alert. The Thunderbirds. So you won't know this on the stick. So the Viper stick has it's a single stick, right? And it's got outboard, goes to dogfight, kind of like your gun modes in your
I
Hornet.
learned this in oh my gosh, dude, I'm having a cat shot brain moment. Who sings Shave Dog's Ass? The Dos Gringos. The Dos
yeah.
Gringos
Flipped
song.
it outboard.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Gun, going in for guns.
Yeah, that's not Shave Dog's ass, but yes. Dark Star Judy. So I flipped the switch to outboard.
Yes.
So flipping the switch to outboard in the Thunderbird is what engages the smoke.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. I did not know that. I learned that one thing I learned from that Mover Ruins movies is flipping the switch to outboard.
Was there any negative transfer when she went back?
She never went back. She never went. But we were talking about
Oh.
that. I'm like, dude, you would. She's like, I think I'd be really good at BFM. I said, no, you'd be horrible. You wouldn't know how to get to the radar. You know, you would be great at rejoins and probably maneuvering
Tanking.
the aircraft, but you'd never get everything. You'd never be in a gun mode to do anything about it. You'd be a nav.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. We actually had a Blue Angel in my squadron's department head, and he came from the Blue Angels, and he did. I mean, there was a bit of a learning curve to get back into the tactical mindset. Now, dude, he was a savage on the Iron Maiden, which is the KC-135.
Yeah.
He could fly for him like nobody's business, but yeah.
Yeah. I think one of the things that struck me was the amount of rudder they use. Like because you only have so many drag devices, right? And rejoining on somebody and doing it with high closure rates and making it look good and being safe, they would go full deflection rudder.
Really?
To get it, yeah. To keep it in line, but get it slowed down. And I'm
Yeah.
like, man, that's cool.
That'd be uncomfortable at times, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Gary says, Gonky, when you were at Lemoore, did you do any low-level flying through Star Wars Canyon?
Yes, both ways, so to speak. So when I was there was no Sidewinder. It was just you roll up the low-level freak, and it was cowboy country down low. So yeah, I would rip up and down Star Wars Canyon probably hundreds of times. And then right at the end of my tour, they came up with the Sidewinder route. So now you only go from west to east. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. I love flying around low level, Owens Valley, Panamint Valley, Death Valley, all the valleys out there, hopping over the mountains. It was really, really cool.
Awesome. All right, moving on. So after their India-Pakistan Operation Sindoor, in which they lost approximately 6 aircraft, India is now in the news. National Interest is reporting. Doug, these are all your browsers. I don't know if you want.
Yeah, the new system does that. It's okay though, because it's just show tabs.
Okay. Trump golf track.
Those are bookmarks.
Gynecologist who will.
Yeah, I might want to hide that bar.
Yeah. Here, we'll bring it back later.
Midget what?
Midgets who like college professors. What is that from?
Oh, dude.
You're good now. You look at any college professors tabs and bookmarks, you're gonna
yeah.
find some wild stuff.
Please
especially
delete
for
my
social
browser
science.
history next time. So India is inching closer to adopting the Russian Su-57. Stung by its recent losses in a brief air war against Pakistan, they have gone to a modern Russian fighter, and Moscow is now trying to see if they can do it. They're crunching the numbers to determine the level of investments required for the Su-57. And that report, if you click on it, doesn't exist. So can't confirm or deny. No, it says according to a report, but you click on that, it doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, so it does. On yours, it does. Perfect.
Look at that.
Yeah. All right. Well, amid growing bonhomie with New Delhi. What? I was going to read that one.
Oh, you want to read the report? Hang on.
Yeah, I like the report.
I really don't like the way this new system works.
I don't know what new system? What are you talking about?
They changed the way that the screen share tabs work in StreamYard.
Okay.
All right. Scroll down, please. So Hindustan Aeronautics Limited already licensed manufactures the Su-30 MKI, and it would be used for Su-57s as well. They're concerned to carry out studies to determine the level of investments to make the manufacture the aircraft in India. Other facilities in India where they make Russian origin equipment. Because remember, they also have the SAMs, right? The S-400, which they talk about. High-end air defense systems like the S-500, S-400. Russian side from its topmost level has been asking India to buy the Su-57 jets. And obviously that would be their first 5th-gen fighter, right, Gonky? Yeah.
That's right.
So anyway, reviving the old project cannot be ruled out. Russians from the topmost level have been asking them to buy it. It was part of the Russian 5th-generation fighter aircraft project till 8 to 10 years ago, but backed out due to some issues. And now they're like, hey, maybe we'll do that again. So Gonky, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds kind of like the hang up is the whole technology sharing piece with building it in India. I remember, 10 years ago when Boeing was trying to sell the Super Hornet to India, that was kind of one of the things. And that was one of the challenges that they were facing with India and Malaysia and a lot of these countries is they want some of the production responsibility. And I think a lot of that obviously lies in them wanting not to be 100% dependent, right? And then to make their aviation industry stronger and better. I don't know, man. The whole how many airplanes they lost recently. We've argued about it on the show as whether it can be confirmed or not. But
Trump came out and confirmed it. Allegedly.
Did he?
Yeah, he said, he mentioned 6 aircraft. So,
okay.
And they're using that as, hey, that's a pretty big confirmation.
More.
I mean, in the Pakistan and the presentation, was pretty, it was pretty good, right? The presentation that they gave was pretty solid.
It's very good.
The Indian side has been not as forthcoming with information.
Wasn't as organized.
Yeah, and that's not to say that means anything. It just means, one side has presented a case better than the other. But if you think about it, they've got the Rafale. The Su-30 is getting long in the tooth now. It used to be, frontline fighter, but the world is moving on. And so, what is your next thing?
I think it makes, sorry.
Well, didn't they look at the F-35 for a little while and then that kind of got shot down?
I think any country with S-400s and 500s is probably that's probably not. Yeah. So I mean, where do you go to buy a 5th-gen fighter?
Well, right? The Khan, the KF-21, Russia,
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure they're looking at all of those. I think Russia is interested in somebody buying it because that will only help, I think, the Russian version, the Su-57, cost-wise.
Was it Algeria that just bought the Su-57? Didn't we just cover that?
I don't know. I can't remember. But, these airplanes are these
Yes.
aircraft programs was it Algeria? Did they commit to
Algeria
it?
confirms acquisition of Su-57 will be delivered by the end of 2025.
All right.
In fact, the Su-57 was at the Aero India 25 air show in February. So
okay.
there you go. And dude, the Su-57's, I mean, amazing machine.
Yeah. I mean, the demonstration it puts on the air show is phenomenal. Now, what
Right.
it does underneath the skin, I have no idea. Right. It just might be a great air show machine, or it might be a freaking little mini Death Star. I don't know.
Well, it has not shown that in current conflicts in Ukraine.
It
But
has.
Maybe that's because they're just, I mean, like we're going to talk about this later. We're not sending the F-22 everywhere. So
right. You want to kind of keep. I mean, yeah, and it's relatively new, so I mean, maybe I don't know, but it makes sense to me that, like you said, man, I mean, India has been fielding the Su-30 for over 20 years now. They build it, right? So it makes sense that they're looking for the next, their next fighter, the next generation. So they have strong ties with, Russian technology and how they build airplanes and Russian design. So I'm not really surprised. Regardless of what happened between them and Pakistan, I'm not surprised that they are taking a hard look at the Su-57.
I mean, if you look at the most recent conflict, it will be interesting if you have them buying Su-57s and Pakistan with Chinese fighters. I mean, can you imagine Su-57 versus J-20? I mean, wow. PL-15. I mean, like,
with some S500 sprinkled in.
China versus Russian tech. I mean, who would have thought that? That's such an interesting power dynamic. And then sprinkled in a couple Pakistani F-16s too, and you're like this is just a hodgepodge of everything.
Yeah. I mean, we hope that never happens, of course.
Well,
but,
right.
I mean, you're right. Like it's, yeah. The future could be kind of wild, but I mean, as far as India, dude, and that Su-57, in my mind, it kind of makes sense,
Yeah. Well, we'll see what they end up doing. I mean, this is not the first time we've seen like rumors that, it's just rumblings and it's not anything, but I can easily see it after what just happened where they're like, because they're proud people, right? And, now you start saying, well, how do we prevent this from happening again? And you start upgrading, and you already needed to, because like I said, Su-30s aren't exactly brand new anymore. It'd be interesting if they do like they did with the Su-30, right? If they're building it in India, if there's because the Su-30 MKI is it's actually better in a lot of ways, got different avionics. And so if they get their own license to build the Su-57, is there a Su-57 MKI that's even better?
Yeah, I'm sure I'm sure that, the spec of jet that the Russians are going to give them is going to be the Indian export variant. I don't know what they're going to name it, but then once the Indians have it, like you said, Mover, they've been in the aerospace fighter game for a while with some pretty good equipment, and they're more than capable of making it their own.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Let's see here. Gary says, Gonky, when you were nope, sorry. Still asterisk. Hey, Ron, happy birthday, Gonky. You turned 51 on the 3rd. Happy birthday.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday. That's awesome, man.
Thomas is for Luna Snacks. Current situation, we're up to 4 legs now. No tail.
Dude, I'm not getting in this bed.
Best Luna cam ever.
That is, dude. The bed is there. She's like, I choose the floor.
Yeah, she's like, I don't want to be in that bed. One Pocket Slim says, once the smoke clears, would you be able to get the guys on that were shot down by the Gettysburg?
Ooh,
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I think probably those guys will have to be out of the.
We'll probably be off the air by then.
We'll
be get them, and will they be allowed to talk?
Coming from Leavenworth.
Yeah. We will be in our shared jail cell. What were we going to prison for this weekend, Gonky? I've already forgot.
Dude, I don't know.
Yeah, or something. I was like, we're going to share a cell.
I'm constantly maneuvering, dude. No idea.
Just Snake, thanks, sir.
Wow, thank you.
Donated 47 via the webpage. Oh, wow, thank you.
Wow.
Gonky, give the peeps the RM125 2cast story. Love you, bro. Snake actual. Holy crap. Catch that. He doesn't know the story. Take your money back, sir.
Wait a minute.
Sorry.
No.
Gonky's
Wait.
memory doesn't go back that far.
No. Are you talking about I don't know the story of Snake?
RM125 2cast story.
Snake. Dude, so this could be my old PE teacher from I'm asking. Okay, so the story is this. It's not actually a 2cast story, it's a 1cast story. But when I was in 8th grade, and this may be the start of Cat Shop Brain, I had a pretty crazy accident on an RM125. And I basically landed on a car during Ramadan because I was in Saudi Arabia. And giant front flip over the car because I did this big jump, didn't see the car, landed on the car, flipped over it, and spent some time in the hospital, broke my arm.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. And my RM125 is a 190 pound, 200 pound race bike, and I was only 14 at the time, but it completely totaled. It was a Buick LeSabre, and it looked like a monster truck hit it. Didn't kill anybody, thank God. There was a married couple, husband and wife and their baby, and my front tire sliced the roof down the middle, down the center console. So to the left or right, I'd have killed somebody. But wow. Snake actual, man. If you're watching, I can't. If you're the Snake I'm thinking about, it's awesome.
Snake.
Yeah.
Metal
yeah.
Gear.
Wow.
Nathan Haskins says, what were some of the bad habits you had to break from past flying experience? Currently a CFI wanting to fly in the Hornet. I'd love to get thoughts.
Dude, for me, is the 100 knot mentality, like instruments, 100 knot mentality, right? So like turn into joint an arc, 90 degrees. I remember in the T-45, like you put the hood up and we flew from kind of Kingsville to Corpus to do approaches. And I forget, it's like 60 miles, whatever. And my little 100 knot brain, I'm like, we'll be there in 20 minutes. Dude, we took off and the DME was like, click, 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 click. So that was the hardest thing for me to break, was the speed at which things happen. It's like, 3-4 times faster. So what about you, Mover?
I was lucky. I didn't really have any bad habits.
Of course not.
I mean, I didn't.
Well, I had about 800 hours. Total.
Yeah, I had 100 and something hours, and
yeah,
or maybe 200. I don't know, but I
you weren't a CFI though, right?
I was a private pilot.
Yeah, CD, I was a double I, so I was teaching this stuff, and like when you teach it, you really learn it, and it gets ingrained in your head. So that was the hardest thing for me by far, was just the speed at which.
And I'd been flying a glass air, so it was like 160 knots. So going to the T6, it wasn't like a huge jump, So
yeah.
Plus,
dude,
I did not flip over a Buick as a child, so.
Yeah. Gosh, there's.
I mean, I wasn't in concussion protocol for most of my formative years.
I didn't say anything about getting a concussion.
It was implied.
But yeah.
Griff says, Gonky, I know you spent a season on the F-18 demo team. Ever do a show at AVP, which is the Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport in Pennsylvania?
No, sir. I was on the B team. So I did a lot of stuff with Warbirds, but that season got cut short because we had an accident that killed 2 guys in my squadron. So that really put the damper on things. So it's a 1-season thing, and then every year they change it up. So no, I did not.
Wow. Okay. Also, Wolfgang Romero says, I'm probably late to the conversation. I wonder if any of the Venezuelan Vipers that buzzed the ships was the one that got the OV-10 kill back in 1991. Funny you should mention that. Segue. Venezuelans do an F-16 show of force. Don't touch our boats. Douglas, do you have the video?
Or is it just over your boat?
I may not have the video.
I looked. Is there a video?
No, there was an unrelated video where they did like a hype video a couple days before that. But yeah, 2 Venezuelan F-16s flew near a U.S. Navy destroyer. This is just a Business
That's ballsy.
Insider. They called it highly provocative, and they were in international waters. Scroll down. Which ship was it?
Like the Jason. It's down. It's scroll down a little bit more.
Jason Bourne.
Dunham.
Jason Dunham.
Yes, Jason Dunham.
Yeah. Arleigh Burke class destroyer, described it as a show of force. Trump came out and said, don't touch our boats. Please don't do that, because you will lose that engagement. And I think the Venezuelans, correct me if I'm wrong, well, I don't know, Venezuelan F-16. I think they're Block 15s.
They got them in the 80s, man.
Yeah, they're Block 15.
Older.
So Venezuelan are Block 15 models originally acquired under the Peace Delta program, provided the Venezuelan Air Force with a batch of 24, one U.S. squadron, essentially. F-16 Alpha Bravo aircraft all completed the Block 15 standards, which were the most modern fighters in South America when they were acquired in 1983. However, due to sanctions and lack of technical support, these aircraft have not received upgrades and are in a state of disrepair. Only a few remain in active service.
Mover, is that a gun and winder only? Block 15?
Block 15, I think, might be a APG-66.
Okay.
Let me see.
Yeah,
here.
I read where they only had a handful.
Block 15 was APG-66, which was later upgraded to the air defense fighter to allow for radar-guided AIM-7. So if they didn't get any upgrades, they never went to the APG-68 or the APG-83.
They're still Sparrow shooters.
So they're like range-only, old-school radar, like off to the side. I'm watching some AI video that's really weird now all of a sudden. But they're range-only, like, dude, they probably didn't even know the ship was there, to be honest with you, because like no GPS.
Yeah, would the Block 15 have some sort of air sea search capability?
No, not a 66. Oh, well,
the 65 did. APG 65.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, dude, it's bad. Like now, as a dogfighter,
that's probably
BFM one, it'd be, especially depending on which tail it has. Now, if depending on the tail, departs from controlled flight pretty easily. Because that was one of the things, they put the big tail on the upgraded ones. But I mean, I think those are the old Pratt motors too, but they're super lightweight. So they're super lightweight. They're not very.
They're not as capable as the F-16s that we have now.
Let's see. Engine.
Dude, as far as
F-100 Pratt 220.
Yeah, they're GEs now, right?
Well, it depends. If it's got a 2, it's a Pratt. If it's a 0, it's a GE.
GE.
Yeah, so Block 50 is a GE. Block 52 is a Pratt. So it says in November 1981, Block 15 introduced MISSIP Stage 1 changes. The Alpha Bravo with sub Block 15Y, considered through F-15 or 15 Alpha Zulu. The changes expand the growth, allowing for improved capabilities air to ground and BVR missions. One major modification was addition of 2 hard points and structural strengthening of the chin of the inlet to allow for eventual stores to be attached to them. Extended horizontal stabilator, also called big tail, 30% in area. So it does have the big tail.
Okay.
New tail provided better stability for more authority for out-of-control situations, changed liftoff rotation speeds. An APG-66 radar on the Block 15 was provided with an early version of a track-while scan mode for greater air defense capability. We're also provided with HAVQuick 1 secure UHF radios. Internal provisions for the AIM-7 were made. Additional structural strengthening were performed to allow an extra 1,000 pounds of ordnance to be carried on underwing points. But last but not least, pilot comfort, which is most important. Enhanced to improve cockpit air conditioning.
Perfect.
983 aircraft over 14-year time span took place on 3 production lines. Block 15 built in 1982, and then in 1996, the last Block 15 was delivered to Thailand. So, yeah, dude. If you are a country that flies a Block 15, I probably would not buzz an Arleigh Burke destroyer.
Did they not see what happened to the Super Hornet that that got close to a
Well, whatever
similar
you
vessel?
don't fly a defector profile because you will get shot down by one of those.
Correct.
The Gettysburg is looking for blood.
Yes, exactly. That whole community is redemption.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as show of force, though, man, I mean, dude, the Russians have been flying over Navy ships. You know, we had the Iranians come out.
Yeah.
I mean, they were on international water, right? So, I mean, yeah, don't bomb it. But as far as, you know, doing a flyby or a show of force, I mean, to me, I'm like, okay. I mean, because, I mean, you know, we do the same stuff, right? So,
Well, so I think I've seen this in the media. People get confused too because they hear F-16 and they don't understand that there's a lot of blocks, right? And they're like, well, that's one of their most advanced things. And then they see it's Block 15. They're like, well, the Venezuelan Air Force doesn't have anything. Venezuelan Air Force actually has Su-30s, MKV. That is the aircraft that you are, you know, now what status are they in, you know, or what state of disrepair are they in? I don't know. But if I'm worried about something that the Venezuelans have, it's not going to be an F-16 Block 15. It's going to be the Su-30 that, you know, is a fourth gen fighter that's much newer.
right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't, okay. They came by, did a show of force. We said, cool. That's awesome. Just don't, you know, don't drop anything on us. It could get bad, which, I mean, that's anybody.
Yeah. It's just tensions are escalating, you know, I mean, anytime you've got, cause we've obviously got a lot parked out there and we're going to talk about some other stuff that was in the news in relation to that. And they came out with a hype video, you know, showing their little army men doing their jumping jacks or whatever, and said that this is how we're going to fight. And, you know, it's like they don't watch any of this stuff we've done to the rest of the world.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
We're really good at killing people and breaking their things. We're really bad at everything else. So
yeah,
just
that's
keep
true,
that in
man. I
mind.
mean, you just, I mean, if you're like the Venezuelan president, like he needs to listen to the whole press release they did about the whole B2 operation.
Yeah.
Pay
Yeah.
real close attention to the part where he says, we've got people in
Yeah.
rooms that are just
Yeah.
figuring this stuff out. You
Yeah.
know?
I would not, like, if you're Venezuelan and you think we're going to nation build, that's probably not us. But if you just want us to, like, do a lot of things, blow a lot of stuff up, and you are a Venezuelan president that thinks that that's going to be a good situation for you, it will not. It's just not going to work out, especially if you touch our boats.
Yeah.
Don't touch the boats.
Don't touch the boat. Don't touch our toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't like it when you touch the boats. Just
Yeah.
frowned upon.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think we're probably going to see a little bit more of that. I would be really surprised if they, you know, if they escalated anything like hot lead. That would be very bad for them. For everybody,
Yeah,
really. I mean, who
would be.
wants violence, right? I mean, it'd be bad for everybody. So,
Yeah. Well, there it is. But you know, if you wanted to defect with one of those Vipers,
was it downtown waterfront? Probably you could. What's the closest?
Withy had a awesome tweet. He said that Iron Eagle 7 or 8 or whatever they're up to now. Mover and Gonky sneak in
Instead of Chappie and
yeah, on a Hurricane Hunter.
Oh yeah,
yeah, steal a couple F-16s and then the Venezuelan lady, and then she says she doesn't like Airwolf, so I eject her. That was, dude. That was. I mean, obviously he's going to win an Emmy or whatever, Oscar.
There's actually a lot of potential there. Now that I think about it.
I mean,
here's the thing, dude. The bar for that series is pretty low.
I mean,
So,
I can yell Gonky.
Like I said, the bar for that series is pretty low.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't have to swing too hard to.
Yeah, swing for the fences, dude.
Yeah, you might get lucky. Perfect.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Oh,
Yes,
hey, Doug, you're here.
Yeah, can you click on that picture for me? Because if I do, it'll just disappear.
What picture?
The F-16s.
Does it look to you guys like 2 is trying really hard to avoid a collision?
Yeah.
Lift
don't know if
vector
that's a stock-
placement. Yeah.
I don't know if that's a stock photo or a photo of the actual event, but it doesn't look like things are going well.
Well, I mean, so he's AOA'd up, as you
But
can
he did-
tell by the. So he's slow, and he's AOA'd up. This guy's not.
No
so,
speed brakes though, right?
Yeah. It looks like they just caught some kind of maneuver.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if he almost hit him. It's just they were because the one guy's turning, and it looks like they're trying to do some Hayaka demonstrate. I mean, this is obviously low altitude, right? To get this picture, unless it's from another airplane.
Yeah, he is alpha up. I don't know. Dude, maybe he's getting ready to do a barrel roll over the lead.
Is that a Venezuelan jet?
I think so.
So they have targeting pods?
Is that a targeting pod?
Look at the right
Oh.
chin mount.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Or this could be an AI created picture.
I don't know, but that's a targeting
I
pod.
wouldn't rule that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like a lot was going on there.
Yeah.
Well, they have a pretty tail.
Yeah.
They
It's
do.
very ornamental.
Yes, they do.
I mean, I'd like that.
Yeah.
All right. That was all my traffic.
All right. Thank you for your service. Or her. Hold on. Let them try that over the Gettysburg. Says
Valid.
bass player 2011 iffy. You just know the Navy's hoping for the all clear on a proportional response.
Yeah.
I'd be sad though. I'd be sad if they shot down a Viper. Pour one out for the homies. Elias says, as a Venezuelan immigrant currently in the U.S. Navy, a legitimate hope that both sides just simmer down. See,
Yep.
there's your answer.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, we don't want any of that.
Nope.
Just Snake Gonky. It was a Chevy Caprice, I thought.
JJ, yeah, man. So we went to school together in Arabia. No, it was a Buick, a red Buick LeSabre. It was a nice view from up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's awesome. Thanks for watching, man.
Warhorse says, Gonky, when were you in Saudi Arabia? I was an Army brat in Riyadh, 70, 80.
79 to 94. Yeah, 94, 95. Dhahran, primarily.
Okay. All right. And then Lane or Eon? Ian, is that an
Ian.
I or a
I think it's
lowercase
an
L?
I. I think it's
Okay.
an I.
Yeah, Ian
Ian?
Hutchinson. Ian?
Yeah.
Ian. Tom Pilsner had a good question. How does a defector signal they're not hostile and are just trying to land? The signal. Kiss me, kiss me. We'll shoot him and see what he wants later. I mean, there's rules, right? I'm not going to go into what those are, but there are universally known rules to what you can do to signal a defector profile, essentially, to signal that you are not a threat and that you wish to defect.
Yeah.
And
Helps if you don't have any weapons on too. That's cool. But
those who need to know, they know.
yeah.
So I would like not to go to jail. I don't know if I'd rather just be safe.
Yeah. Great book is what? Foxbat Pilot, Victor.
Yeah, I mean,
Belinkov.
there have been
Like-
defectors before.
Read that. I mean, read that book. It's pretty amazing. His whole, he had planned a route and he had a, hey, I'm going to be intercepted here. None of it happened, of course, but it's a great book if you want to, I mean, granted, it's 50 years ago, but it's a great book about, no kidding, defecting with a jet.
Yeah, I mean, you have to expect to be intercepted. So
He did, yeah.
you just have to signal your intent, and how you do that, I'm sure, varies significantly.
Yes.
Sean says, Mover, how much would you say practicing with JT and DCS help prep you for learning to fly a helicopter? I actually think it quite a bit. Just that little bit. I mean, it definitely put me in the right mindset, you know. So I will say that helped. So yeah, I think quite a bit. Hawkeye says, is that even classified? Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I guess
We like to err on the safe side.
Yeah, I don't think it would be because, right, they would know, so it couldn't be classified from people. But
Right.
I just, yeah, I don't know. I would prefer that we just don't get into it. All right, Gonky, hardship tour for the F-35. So we're going to send some thoughts and prayers to 10 F-35s that are being deployed to Puerto Rico.
It's all it can handle, man. That's it.
Honestly, is that even a deployment? Like, that's still part of the, like, what is it's that TDY? It's just a good deal.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's probably dangerous because I've heard Puerto Rican women can be dangerous.
Oh,
So
no, dude.
You got to be careful. So I've just heard. It's a rumor.
You better be checking 6 walking down the streets, dude.
Yeah, that's what. See, it proves my point, right? Because if they're, I'm just saying. I mean, it's a big gamble. Like you get all or nothing, and when it's nothing, they'll cut you. It's just so. Good luck with that per diem. Good luck with whatever you find in San Juan while you're down there. Yeah,
I think it's
but
anyway,
anyway,
a good deal. Yeah.
F-35s will be deployed against drug cartels in the Caribbean, marking latest escalation by Trump. This actually shows Marine Hornet. Now, I don't think that's correct. I think they just like file photo. But can you imagine Marines in their hardship deployment of Puerto Rico?
Yeah. Hey, we need 10, dude. Every single one of those guys to be like, pick me.
10 Marines go down, 30 families return.
That's true.
Single-handedly repopulated the island
Like rabbits.
Yeah. What is going on? Why are we all begging for this?
Dude.
So anyway, the escalation's planned use of highly advanced and costly stealth aircraft come after Pentagon sent out a public warning Thursday to Venezuela of its aircraft flying near the boats. It comes also after the airstrike on the small boat with 11 people on it and 4 engines that we just talked about. That was Tren de Aragua international gang of transporting drugs. And Trump called their drug cartels terrorist organizations. So that's how we're doing it. That's why we're doing it. We don't want more drugs. And we're going to do stuff about it. And obviously the F-35 is more than capable of doing that. And they're going to be using it. Gonky, what do you think, man?
Yeah, so the big stink is like, oh, why are we sending our stealth fighter jets there?
To the U.S. Yes. Why would you send them to another part of the U.S.? But go on.
Yeah, I mean, well, why wouldn't you? I mean, like the argument, you could argue it both ways. I mean, is it a little bit non-standard? Yeah, but you know, it's an opportunity to just see, like, hey, let's put the F-35 out there and see how it does. You know, again, it's nothing. I don't even think it's newsworthy. You know, I mean, if they would have sent.
Yeah.
I mean, if they would have sent F-16s there or F-18s, like, you know, people would still be like, oh, why are they sending these fighter jets there? It's like, well, dude, again, like, I mean, we send fighter jets all over the world to do
Puerto Rico used to have F-16s.
Yeah, and A-7s too, right?
Yeah, it didn't work out. They weren't all that tactical.
Yeah. So I don't, dude, I mean, sending them to the Caribbean and 10 of them, you know, what they'll be there.
Well, yeah, and the F-35 has got, you know, it's a roving platform of sensors and capabilities. So obviously there's reasons for that. What I think will be interesting is if one of those fat Amy's gets an F-16 kill and the F-22 is sitting at home with one balloon. You know, I mean, can you imagine how mad the Raptor community will be if it gets retired and all they have is the balloon kill, and meanwhile everybody else has got actual air-to-air kills?
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
it would be sad and funny at the same time.
It would be sad and funny, but
Yeah.
yeah, I wish them the best. Like I said, my thoughts and prayers are with those that are going to the very rough place of Puerto Rico. I'm sure they would rather go to the Middle East or, you know,
Probably
somewhere.
you'd probably have to fight for ramp space with like American and Southwest and Delta and
Well,
all
they're going
the
to,
all
I
the
think they're going
tourists.
to one of the old guard bases. I don't think they're actually at like San Juan, but
Okay. I
yeah,
was
I
gonna
mean,
say, it's like
yeah.
all the vacationers, they're gonna have to
Scramble the alert F-35. Sorry, we're number 5 behind American, Delta,
That's right. Yeah,
WestJet.
that's right. And they have a higher landing fee than you do, Fat Amy. So you're gonna have to wait.
Yeah, they paid more. Oh, we're just gonna hover off. We'll go. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
dude, tell you what, to my Fat Amy bros and sisters in Puerto Rico, number 1, be safe. But number 2, if you can get a guns track kill on one of those Venezuelan fighters, first round's on me.
On the flip side, you're fighting the 80s version F-16, lightweight.
Oh yeah.
So
don't end up getting yourself shot down. Yeah, that's a good point.
Then the Raptor guys forever will be.
Yeah.
you know,
Don't be the first F-35 shot down by a Block
gun.
15.
like a gun only.
Yeah. Block 15, F-16. That's one of only 3 that still fly in the country.
Yeah. So,
Dude, that would be a reenactment of Top Gun Maverick with the Tomcat shooting down the Su-57. It would just be, you know, Viper, and that's the Iron Eagle version of Top Gun Maverick.
Dude, that would be the biggest PR. They just have to take the F-35 community and just crush it. Just like
How did you end up shot? You were offensive. He didn't even know you were there.
Oh, that'd be bad. Yeah. Yeah. So brush up on BFM skills just in case.
Also, another pro tip from the Navy. If you're in that area, watch out for the Arleigh Burke destroyer.
That's correct.
There as well.
It's Wiley.
Yeah. So you've got like a surface threat and an air threat. So just play it safe. And
dude,
just...
this is this is why they sent the F-35.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, because they don't want us shooting ourselves down.
Oh, perfect.
Gettysburg can't shoot down what it can't see.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We're going to jail, Gonky.
We've
released too many
100%.
secrets.
Yeah, that's it.
The one time.
Close it up.
Yeah. Anyway, if Gonky had to fly a helicopter, asks Baja Blast Vahek, would it be the Apache, Seahawk, or the Dolphin? Isn't it Dolphin?
Dolphin.
Dolphin.
Dolphin?
It's a dolphin, not a Douglas, help me out. Is it a dolphin or a dolphin?
I've heard both. I thought it was dolphin.
Dolphin. All right.
People say dolphin.
Dolphin.
There also is a whole separate helicopter that's a dolphin. I think.
It kind of looks like a dolphin.
If I was
Eurocopter MH-65 Dolphin.
There you go.
If I was in the Army, it'd be the Apache. If I was in the Coast Guard, I'd fly the Dolphin. So I don't have anything against the Seahawk, but I just wouldn't want to fly it.
So the American version is the Dolphin. The French version that it's based off of is the Dauphin.
Dauphin. Okay.
Thus
whatever.
Confusion.
Ah, see, I was using my last name, my cultural roots.
You're
going back to the. And I immediately would like to surrender. And eat some cheese.
Yeah, that's my answer. If I was in combat, Apache, but anything else, I'll take the Dolphin. I think it's a cool looking helicopter. She got in her bed. Nice.
Yeah. She's giving up on the Gonky.
Bedtime. Yeah.
She's hanging out the whole show.
That's good. Trooper.
Yeah, she's a good girl. JD says, Mover, how much did Police Simulator Oran prepare you for shift on patrol? Asking for a friend. You know, it's funny. Ron, my last use of force, my fight. I was, you know how we handcuff people, Doug, you know, when you handcuff people on the Ron, you know, and they turn around and all that stuff. When I went to go grab him, I was like, my mind is thinking just like this video game. And then of course the fight was on after that. So it didn't work at all like the video game. But yeah, other than that, it doesn't prepare me at all. So thank you.
So it's negative training is what you're saying.
100%.
You had this vision of how it was going to go down, and it didn't.
Yeah. Well,
Perfect.
by the time I played those, I'd been the police for a while.
Okay.
So, you know, it's not anything new. Police Simulator will prepare you how to write crash reports that you cause, because the driving mechanics are kind of bad. So you run into somebody and then you've got to write the report, which is not how it works, because you got to call a supervisor out, get yelled at, and take a P test and all that stuff.
We can spend a whole shift just writing our own
accident
report.
We have. Kevin says, Fat Amy asking Delta how the ride is on the way out, or does Delta just give it? Wind check.
Oh, that's funny.
I had that. Have you ever had a center controller ask you for a ride report while you're flying a fighter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what to say. I'm like, oh, seatbelt lights on.
I was like, it's fine, smooth.
Yeah. I'm like,
know.
They're like, Reef 11, how's your ride? I'm like, I don't know. Seatbelt lights on. I always wear it. It's just me up here. The passengers are not complaining.
Yeah.
The 800 pounds of extra gas I have doesn't seem to mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cameron says, leaving for OCS and flight school in a few weeks. Any tips or suggestions for being in Pensacola? Not for how to do, but for being in Pensacola. Another hardship tour.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I went to OCS and I didn't. Well, okay, so they don't do OCS in Pensacola anymore, but as far as you're going to be here, dude, right, in the aviation pipeline, so it's a fun place. A lot of distractions, but you guys stay focused. Remember the awesome opportunity that you have being in, you know, flight training, and that you didn't say Navy, Air Force, or Marines. So take that seriously, man. Have fun. You know, live it up. Is fun when I went through, but also remember it's serious business. So you're gonna have to do some studying, man. Don't waste the opportunity. Mover,
sure.
Don't be a douche, right? That one too.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he's just asking about Pensacola. I don't know anything about Pensacola.
Well, dude, I mean, obviously he's going to be here for
rent some jet skis.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. It's a great time. Hey, Luna.
Nope.
It's tough to find good help, dude. Look at her; she's already sleeping.
She's doing exactly what she should. She's providing mutual moral support. Somebody's got to do it.
Perfect.
All right. Speaking of landing and water and islands.
Oh, dude.
So breaking-ish news, and by breaking, I mean breaking the airplane news.
Very broken.
WestJet landing at the St. Martin, SXM. And play the tape from Toronto. Boy, Toronto's had a rough go of it. A little bit of a waggle.
Yeah.
Is
that 800?
Yeah. Oh, pow. Welcome aboard, sailor. And it broke.
Oh, man. Good thing
didn't you do that with a Hornet?
I sure did.
Yeah.
I broke the main on a Hornet.
Then they popped the slides. Doug, do you have the video from inside the aeroplane?
I do. Give me just a second. This new system.
What is... are you sure it's a new system, or are you just using Firefox for the first time?
It could be I accidentally switched browsers, but I think they changed stuff in the last update. Anyway, here it is.
Okay.
Perfect.
See if we get sound. Do we have sound?
No, because I think you need to use Chrome to get sound. Yep. You're using Firefox.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's what happened.
Yeah, it's not a new system. It's
a new mistake.
There you go. Yeah. Oh. See, it doesn't look, I mean, from the passenger perspective, it doesn't look that heinous. And if you go to the pictures, there's some pictures of it, and it's like the main gear, the trunnion or whatever, has collapsed. And that's not the first time that has happened or something has given in a 737. Like there it is right there. See up there? That's
Mm.
not the first time. Now, WestJet came out and called it a hard landing. So I would
Yeah.
say a hard landing caused it, and it went through the wing.
Ouch.
So, dude, I bet that airplane is
Done.
no more good.
Boneyard, man.
Yeah.
She going the boneyard. Have you ever flown in there, Mover?
Yeah.
San Martin?
Uh-huh.
You've landed there? 7,500 foot runway?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Did you need any special training for... Is that a short enough runway for like special training? I know, like Key West, right, requires... Because it's
Saint Martin. Saint Martin.
Yeah.
Is it SXM? Is that the airport?
Oh, dang, dude, look at that engine. Did it tear the leading edge slat down further?
Yeah, it is XSM. That's a good layover too.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, dude. Like because they closed the runway for like a day. So all the crews canceled and had to go back to the hotel. Not saying it's a terrible thing.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Of the places you could get stuck.
Yeah, there's worse.
But yes, I've been there. Do I remember any of it? No.
I mean, if you watch that video of the landing, I mean, it doesn't look like it doesn't look like they flared much. And then it looked like there was a right wing down correction, like right at touchdown. So, but I was surprised that it broke.
Yeah, and it's hard. Well, I was going to say, I mean, so the flaps, I didn't see the video. Like, was it a flaps 40 landing? Because the flaps are down because you want to, when you, in a 737, unlike the 78, which doesn't have overwing exits, you want to drop the flaps all the way down, right? I don't know, like a flaps 40. So you go 30 or 40 at the final two stages. And the 40, dude, it wallows a lot. Like it really gets kind of, it's an adjustment, especially if there's any kind of wind or anything like that. So, and that's what it kind of looked like. It, that wing waggle as it's going there, it kind of hits the burble off the beach, and then it just looks like it got away from them a little bit and just got, that too high sink rate at the end and didn't flare it off enough because, it's 50, if it's doing 50, 40, 30 versus 50, 40, 30, and then you're pulling the power back and landing. And I don't know, a lot of those airlines turn off the auto throttle way far back. We would leave the auto throttle on the whole way and just move the throttle because it'll flare. Like when it's in the flare, it'll automatically retard the throttle on its own. But
why do they do that? Why would they take
more control? A lot of other carriers click off the auto throttle as per their policy.
Wow, I didn't know that.
We left it on. Every airline I've ever flown, I've never turned. I mean, I have for like practice or training or just for funsies.
Right.
But every airliner I've flown, the recommendation is to leave it. Because if you don't, then you have to add the gust factor and all, like you have to add a little bit on the speed. Because we trust the auto throttle more.
Yeah, it's like that in Skybus, man. Like you leave all that stuff on. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Dude, I've had, there by the grace of God go I, right? Because I've had rough landings, not that bad, but I've had the ones where it's like, okay, go ahead and say goodbye to the passengers now. You own that one.
Yeah.
The lady's like, oh my God, I thought we were in LaGuardia. Because short runway, you're trying to make the landing zone.
No HUD. No HUD in that bird, right?
Well, if it's an 800, it is. If it's
Maybe.
an MG, the left side's got a HUD. The captain. Okay. I mean, we don't know who was flying it either.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like you said, dude, I've had some I like to think I'm through that phase now. I've got a technique pretty much ironed out, but there for a while, I mean, it was a little bit of roll the dice. So,
well, and think about, I was listening to the audio and the audio from the crash itself, the landing where they're like, okay, we need fire rescue, and Tower's just like, what? Because they don't like mayday or anything. They're like, hey, we just need fire rescue. We're popping the slides. We're evacuating, and it takes a second because the communication issues.
Right.
And then Tower's like, okay, well, you know, Delta or American or whoever was behind him, you got to go around. You got to go around and hold. Think about the helmet fire in that airplane
Oh yeah.
where it's a severe clear day. You're not bringing alternate gas.
Yeah.
You know, and you've just been told go around, hold, and the airport's now closed for, you know, the next 24 hours.
Yeah. That's true.
And you're out in the Caribbean, you know?
That those guys were thinking this is gonna be a great layover. They're probably getting
hey, Bubbles in the
ready.
back. Can't wait to see you on the van.
Yeah. See you on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, go around, we're closed. What?
Yeah.
Go where?
Yeah. I'm here.
Yeah.
This
You're
is
right,
my
man.
long layover.
More than just the 7.3 was hurting this this little mishap.
SXM was never one of our long layovers, so I never got to stay like super long or enjoy it. Like 18 hours or something, 15 hours or something.
I've broken a gear in an airplane, man, so I cannot, you know, I will not be bullying any WestJet pilot about this one. So
yeah, well, I feel bad. I always feel bad because, you know, I mean,
oh yeah,
stuff happens, and
yes,
and now everything makes the news, and you end up on the Mover and Gonky show,
100%,
and then ends up in their training, and then they're like, don't end up on these idiots' channel. And then some Boeing guys mad at us because now we're bullying Boeing.
Oh, dude, I know, 100%. By the way, we love Boeing.
We don't create these stories.
No,
like, I didn't make this happen.
Yeah, we just talk about it.
Yeah, they go around to San Juan, so now they're with the F-35s, and now they got to compete with the Marines for the local talent. I mean, it's just cats and dogs, man. It's
yeah, you're right. We don't cause these problems.
We don't cause these problems.
We just talk about them.
Yeah. We're just
love it.
We're not the news or nothing.
Ain't the news or nothing. That's for sure.
Hey. What you want to do? We got well, I'm just looking at the time here.
Wow.
Yeah, right. We've been jibber jabbering for a while. All right, let's do the drone commander thing real quick, and then we're going to skip to the T-45 stuff we've been skipping for like 3 weeks, and the kids in Italy.
This is pretty cool.
Just check out this video Boeing published.
We love you, Boeing.
We love you, Boeing. We cannot wait for our drone overlords. Good hunting. Turn the volume up, sir. They put a Wizzo in an EX.
ATS flight to updated mission parameters.
Dude, that's the same hand gestures from Independence Day. Remember the alien moving stuff around and it turns red and Will Smith is in the machine? Yeah.
Look at that, dude.
Dude, you know that screen is going to be so like dirty with fingerprints that he's going to be like moving it.
He ain't going to be wearing gloves either.
Oh no, the fingerless gloves.
Pew,
pew, pew, pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew.
This is cool stuff, dude. Look at that.
That dude's got his like. This is why you have to have your kid on your iPad starting at 4 years old so that they can work the
Jumbotron in the back.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
We love you, Boeing.
We love you.
We love you, Boeing.
I don't want to die. I love life.
I choose life. It's cool. The EX is an amazing machine. Awesome. Obviously, it's from the McDonnell Douglas side of the house, so that's a lot of the reason. Yeah. But it almost makes me wonder. It does all this cool Hayaka fly-by-wire, all that stuff, and it's like, dude, a B-1 could have done that.
Yeah, I mean, you're right to an extent, but I think there's probably some areas where you do want a more maneuverable, fast mover type jet. Especially, I don't know, maybe when you're dealing with air to ground. I mean,
well, you still got the standard fighter stuff, right? You gotta, get fast, go down range, go out, pull some, I mean, all the stuff you got to do. I mean, you're not gonna do that in a B-1.
I don't, and obviously this could change, and this is probably gonna bring me a lot of B-1 hate, but I wouldn't want like B1 types managing an air picture. I mean, but think about it, right?
No, because they're CISOs. It's the same people.
Yeah, but their job is not managing like a DCA OCA with air assets, right? Like you take like an F-15 Wizzo and he's going to be able, like, he knows the targeting, right? Like he knows the air-to-air stuff is what I'm saying.
All he was doing was dragging the drones to the
Ah,
drones know the targeting at this point.
yeah, but he's like the quarter. I mean, in my opinion of what I just saw,
Like
he's
the
kind of like the quarterback.
Backup quarterback.
Maybe.
Like the punter.
I mean, you saw the picture, right? They had the all the drones out front and the 2 eagles back there, and he's probably directing targeting. I don't know, or checking the targeting. I don't know. You're probably right. Maybe he's just sitting back there picking his nose. I have no idea.
That's why the screen doesn't move very well, because he picked his nose and then moved the
just a big streak of boogers across it. And he's like, "Oh no!" Then everybody gets the target gets all screwed up. It's like, "No, stop!"
What are you doing back there?
Yeah, the pilot's up like, "Stop touching stuff, dude."
Yeah. Why is it turning on us?
Oh, dude.
Maybe that's why it needs to be a 10G jet with fly-by-wire so that it can BFM itself, its minions.
I mean, I know you've never experienced the crew concept, right? The two seat game, but and it doesn't compare at all.
Not true.
Well, being in at the time a brand new Super Hornet with all the toys and having, I mean, man, the students that came through when I was an instructor were way better and smarter than like at least me when I went through as a student. But anyways, I digress. I just remember being out there with like student Wizzos who were super sharp, being in a brand new, Lot 33, whatever Hornet with all the toys on, and just the targeting going. I mean, just the whole. It's pretty amazing, and that is super old. And like what we just saw is like 3 generations probably from what I used to do, and it's a beautiful thing when it works.
Some CISO is going to figure out how to connect that little box that they always advertise on Facebook, the CarPlay, so you can watch movies.
Oh,
and
100%.
They're gonna have Netflix back there, and they're gonna be swiping back and forth between Netflix and the air picture.
Oh yeah, 100%. In fact, dude, it'll probably the air picture, like it's like, oh, I lost it. Where's the
which tab was that?
Yeah, close out of this one. It's like, wait, pause my movie.
Yeah. Yeah, why are you requesting Starlink on your EX? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah,
they got the little mini. They got the Starlink mini hanging up there.
Yeah. Oh, the mini broke. Damn it. No, okay. I'm not. I need to stop making fun of things. Looks cool. Great capability. I think I read something about now it can carry like 22 AMRAMs or something. I mean, dude, air power is changing, and I'm here for it. I think it's awesome. Can't wait to see what else they can do with the technology that is available and coming out. Stuff we don't even know about.
Big fan of the EX, man.
Yeah, cool. Stephen Billings, Air Godzilla. The Japanese F-15J is coming to UK on the 16th. 201st and 203rd Squadron is going to be here at RAF Coningsby for a time, then going on to Germany.
Cool.
That's awesome.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, dude. Good times. Ron Smith says, watching the Boeing animation, wondering why an E7 wouldn't be better to control a bunch of drones rather than the F-15EX or other tactical fighter. Dude, that video that they made up from the Pakistani thing had the AWACS like controlling a PL-15. So, yeah, Wombat and his E2.
Yeah, you guys go ahead. We'll be there.
Yeah. We'll be way back here.
That's right.
Code Monkey says the drones have air refueling markings.
It looked like it.
Yeah.
It looked like it, yeah.
Judah Ward says, what's ACA? What's the difference between that and AOA?
ACA. What is ACA? Ask Grok real quick.
That's what I'm doing.
As a
Googling.
fight, if we
They
were
might-
real fighter pilots, what would ACA be?
They might be referring to your use of the term hayaka mover.
That is just slang for
Aerospace Control Alert Mission, says the Google.
yeah. Well, AOA is angle of attack.
Hmm.
I don't know what ACA.
What's
Is-
hayaka? Folks were asking about that in the chat. I think
You know,
it
hayaka.
might be relevant.
Hayaka.
Yeah, that's slang.
Yeah, that's platitudes.
Yeah. See, mover, dude, they're listening.
I know. The Chinese are all about
What is
Hayaka.
Hayaka?
yeah.
Is that
Hayaka.
yeah? Must be past 25 alpha and
Yeah.
What you
Hayaka.
say before you pull a lot of G's.
yeah.
Yeah. You do a Hayaka maneuver.
It's like a Kegel.
that an
Either of
airport?
you do any GA flying? You don't watch my channel? Makes me sad. Makes me sad. Makes me sad. Nobody watches my channel. I try to fly helicopters and nobody watches it.
Andrew probably doesn't consider that GA flying,
What else would it be?
helicopter flying.
That's general aviation.
Kidding, dude.
Andrew is just like Gonky with the not real pilots.
I used to. I don't anymore. I want to get back into GA flying. I just haven't in the season of life, man. I just haven't had the time. But I love it. I love GA flying. It's a lot of fun.
All right. All right, Gonky.
Hmm.
Breaking news from 3
What?
weeks ago. The Navy has ended T-45 carrier qual.
Yeah.
And as a requirement to earn wings of gold, new pilots do it later in their training after they've earned said wings of gold. It's no longer a requirement to do it in T-45s. The justification is basically that with the toys and the tech that are in the Super Hornet and F-35, it's not needed anymore. F-18s, F-35s, E-18Gs, because, well, it's not like it used to be. And if the system's not working, they got bigger problems. So they just don't do it anymore. And some people are upset about it. Some people are like, yep, it's about time. I'm an Air Force guy. So Gonky, explain it to me like I'm 5 and why it's a good or bad thing.
I think it's a bad thing because, the last 15 seconds of the magic carpet ride, that is just a fraction of the whole boat thing, right? So, and of course, hey, I'm the old guy. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about, right? So, but when you go to the T-45, when you go to the carrier in the T-45, when you used to, you learned, low holding, you learned all the deck stuff, right? What's a yellow shirt, right? So there's all the hand signals, the procedures, when to go into tension, if you have any kind of emergency on the cat, what to do, how to talk to the air boss. I mean, dude, there is an entire phase of it's an entire mission. It's like there's air to air, there's air to ground, and then there's boat stuff, right? There's 3 missions basically. And what this is going to do, this is going to put all of the stuff that pilots used to learn in the T-45. And I'm not talking about the last 15 seconds coming aboard the ship. I'm talking about everything else, like taking off, how to check in, how to talk to the ship, like it's a whole process. All of that is now going to be put on the FRS or the RAG on their shoulders. And I think they're going to have problems. So slightly deep intel, they took some students and in the Hornet, and they were like, hey, listen, we're going to teach you the boat stuff. So they put them in the sim and try to teach them, all the procedures just to get out there and all that. And they realized like, this might not be a great idea. Even landing, right? The actual, what the article talks about, hey, not needed anymore because Magic Carpet, which is a system that assists the pilot to get the airplane on the ship safely. Even issues there. So the rumor is they're going to modify the new trainer now actually has to be able to do FCLPs at the field, because the idea of like, oh, just in close wave off, that's not going to work. They need to be able to fly it all the way down the touchdown. Being a very marginal ball flyer myself, I was a rock star till in close, and then I would let the bottom fall out of it because I don't want to go around. And a lot of times that's where you would get a lot of your last minute calls and stuff from the LSO. So that might not be a thing anymore, like I said, with Magic Carpet. But I think the real loss here is, like I said, just the exposure that guys and gals like me used to get. When I came to the Hornet, I really wasn't afraid. The only thing I was afraid of boat wise was night traps, because I'd never done night traps before. And, case 3 at night is a little bit different than case 1 day ops. So that was just an add-on to knowledge I already had. So I don't think it's a good idea, but you know what, with technology and just throw money at it and, adjust the syllabus, I'm sure they can make everything work. It does hurt my soul a little bit that you get your wings of gold as a carrier pilot without having ever landed on a carrier. I think just fundamentally that rubs me the wrong way, but I'm not the one calling the shots. I'm the old crusty guy back in my day, right? So that's how I feel about it, man. Does it make sense, or am I just venting?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a dog in this fight, so
I don't either anymore.
I've heard the argument, that a system works, and if it doesn't, it's an emergency. I mean, it always works, so therefore, why? It's like we used to do fix to fixes, and they got rid of that because we fly GPS point to point. Like, we don't do the pencil method anymore, or at least I don't think they do. I mean, I used to, but if it doesn't make sense to spend time, and the other problem is the T-45, right? I mean, that airplane has no immediate replacement, and they haven't selected one, and they're trying to save what little bit of life it has left on it, and that's the hardest part of it. And so I think a RAG student can learn it just as easily as a T-45 student. I mean, yeah, you're putting that emphasis. Now, it's just like what the Air Force does when they push stuff off to the B course. That level, the fighter instructors are not as hold your hand as a undergraduate pilot training instructor. The mentality is different, right? The RAG IP is more tactically minded, and you're a big boy, big girl, let's go fly, versus maybe on the UPT side, it's like, okay, let's start from the beginning. Here we go. So I see your argument there, in that you're punting the fundamentals of what you talked about, just the basics of how the boat works, all that stuff, to a group that maybe isn't designed for that. They're there for you to already have that baseline knowledge and already move forward. So I can definitely see that argument. And I also see the argument, and I agree with it, that even though it would require an act of God or an emergency for it to not work, sometimes you just need to build the fundamentals. I mean, yeah, it's probably always going to work, but it's nice to know that you built that foundation, that you could do it manually in a T-45, so that you have that confidence to know what's right and what's wrong when you get to the automation, and have that baseline and not always rely on what's automated and what's not.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with that, man. I don't know, this is my opinion, but I just think it's another technology that's coming on, which is good. I think Magic Carpet phenomenal. I'm so jealous I never got to use it, but I think it makes bad pilots decent pilots, and exceptional pilots decent pilots, right? I mean, that's I heard, like Tomcat guys that came to the Hornet, that was their complaint. They're like, you really don't have to be that good to fly this airplane at its limit, because the airplane is so good. Right. So I don't know, man. Like I said, my biggest beef with this whole thing is putting the onus on the RAG, because look, the one student that I was a part of kicking out of the program, his issue was he struggled with the basics, tack form, right? Went out in Key West on a fighter hop, whatever, and he just could not meet, right? So, there was an investigation. We look back at his training command records, and dude, the training command basically punted him to us to fix that, because he had multiple downs in the second phase of training saying that, yeah, he struggles with tack form, like fight, combat spread, all that stuff, tack turns. But they basically, we used to call it sod and press. Sod was signal of difficulty. They just sod and pressed him. And, they had, at the time, they were under a lot of pressure to generate students, and there was a quota, and he made it to us. And dude, I mean, we wasted millions of dollars because he was a great dude, went all through the program, and we were at the end doing fighter weapons. Like, dude, like, you can't do this. I didn't want to boot him out because, it really wasn't his fault. It's like, dude, you should have got retrained properly in T-45 land. But the command there just like, oh, the RAG will fix it. Well, dude, like you said, Mover, there's an expectation when you show up.
All right.
You should be able to fly tack form, and basically any airplane. Yeah, a little bit different, but I mean, like, what, so I'm interested to see how that's going to affect them, dude, because the FRS and the RAG, they're like any other squadron. For sure, in the Navy, this is how it works. For sure, they're like, yeah, hey, you guys are going to have to teach all CQ stuff. Oh, you want some more money? Sorry, we don't. You got to use last year's budget, 3 years ago budget to do this, right? So, because we would get like when the Aussies came, or like when we get CAT others, it's like we don't get any extra money. It's like just figure it out, right? So, it wouldn't surprise me if all that burden falls on the FRS, and they're like, yeah, just no extra funding, probably no extra. It's like, hey, they're here.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just the old guy rant.
It definitely, you channeled your inner wombat.
He's not here. I got to do my best, dude.
And once again, Mover and Luna. This is how when we start talking this stuff, this is what you get.
Imagine, dude, so big. Oh gosh, so much.
It's so easy. Luna could do it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know how I would feel about not being afraid of coming back to the boat at night. I mean, I guess it's like driving a Tesla, right? You just turn on autopilot,
or it frees up brain bites to actually focus on tactics.
I did that too. I focused on the tactics.
The Navy was terrible at tactics.
That's what you think.
That's what I know. Go watch the DVD.
Oh, dude. Anything on classes.
It wasn't gun class. It was a DVD in a safe.
Oh, that's this.
Mm-hmm. All right. Gonky, mental health minute. Go. All right. Fine. I'll go. It's funny. It's the first time we've talked about this, actually.
That's true.
Because we talk about, resilience and a lot of other stuff, but we were at Drill Weekend, and there were a couple, multiple people actually came and talked to me about family members that had substance abuse problems that were affecting their lives. And I relate to that because, in both of those cases was alcoholism. And I relate to that because, I grew up with that in my family. It was, the functional kind where, drinking every day and when my mom died, it got, really bad. Obviously because, when my dad was now left with 2 kids, one of which was special needs, and one was a smart ass, 12-year-old, it was tough. And alcohol becomes a coping mechanism. And I have seen this in lots of families, in friends, and especially in the aviation community, because I think, we don't have a lot of options when it comes to mental health. You go talk to a lot of people believe that if they go seek treatment, that it ends up ruining their career. And in some cases that's valid. In some cases it's not. But they turn to substances and alcohol. The only rule is, 8 hours, bottle to throttle, or, depending on, or 12. It's something that people go, okay, it doesn't hurt anybody. But the reality is that over time, it can hurt both yourself, as we've seen with the incidents of the pilots that have actually blown positive and ruined their careers, or their loved ones, because some of that is hereditary, genetic. You're kind of predisposed to it. I realized when I stopped, I didn't drink after pilot training, because I realized that I was probably predisposed to it and had a high tolerance. And then once I was diagnosed with the kidney stuff, I said, you know what, for sure, nothing. And that's a good excuse not to. But it's definitely something that you have to be careful with, because when things start going wrong, I think a lot of people think, well, I'm going to drown my sorrows. And all you're doing is creating more problems for yourself. You're creating more issues. That's why people end up with DUIs, because they make one bad decision that turns into multiple bad decisions by driving, operating an aircraft, operating whatever, or it just becomes long-term health problems. I mean, my dad stopped drinking, thankfully, in the last probably 10 years, 6 to 9 years of his life, because he started having alcohol withdrawal seizures. And that was scary for him, and it was scary for us. And that became, once the health stuff started, that's when he it scared him sober. But before that, it's just typical denial and everything. So the point is, realize that you're affecting others when you do stuff like that, but also realize that there are other ways to cope. And the safer way to do it is to deal with what the problem is and address the root cause, get help. Our DPH, Director of Psychological Health, actually at the wing, was talking about 988. If you're in a crisis, it's not just, hey, I'm about to harm myself or someone else. If you're just in a crisis, they can help you get the help you need. And there's other counseling options. Military One Source, if you're in the military, a lot of insurances. Sometimes, if you're a pilot and you're like, hey, I just want to talk to somebody, you can pay out of pocket. You can pay out of pocket. There's no diagnosis code, and you can talk to somebody that'll help you get the help you need. So there are ways to do that. I hate that we're in this situation. I think the FAA is getting better, and I think military is getting better. But, for now, we just got to fight the fight we have. But it's more important to get help than to try to live with it. So, Gonky, what do you got?
No, man, well said. It's unfortunate. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having, having a drink with dinner or whatever, or in a social setting, right? It's excessive drinking, and the like you said, man, using it as a coping mechanism is when it can be a real problem. And unfortunately, it's kind of ingrained in military culture in general, right? And that's, I mean, for sure, it's because 20, 30, 40, 50, hundreds of years ago, there was no PTSD, right? I mean, there was, but it was not diagnosed. So, the guys that would be out in combat, they'd see horrible things, do horrible things, when they would get, when it's time for leave or come home. I mean, that was the way that they could, forget or ease the pain of their experiences. A lot of, that, Vietnam, right? World War II, pretty much, all throughout history, right? And I think that's why alcohol is ingrained in military culture in general, right? Which I think is bad. We have to realize kind of where it came from. Obviously, nowadays the focus, there's an actual diagnosis for, hey, you have PTSD, man. There's programs and other ways to cope other than alcohol. Right.
Yeah.
Substance abuse, generally speaking, we're just talking about alcohol here. I'm pretty lucky. In my family, there wasn't, I mean, there was some of that, but not in my immediate family. My living in Saudi Arabia, alcohol is not allowed. Right now, that being said, there was Siddiqui, which was the homebrew that was on the camp. but because it was so hard to get and the stakes were so high, if you got caught with it, you lose your job, right? Nobody wanted to lose their job because it was a good place to work. There wasn't really a ton of that. So, but growing up, we talked about the DARE programs and anti-drug and all that, and I just from an early age, and you kind of said it, I just came up with just thinking about things like nothing good. If I throw a lot of alcohol at whatever I'm dealing with, nothing good can come of that, right? So that has held true, pretty much throughout my whole life. When I was younger, I did drink a little bit, and I got in some pretty gnarly situations that if things didn't go a certain way, I might not be telling the stories that I'm telling right now, right? So, but yeah, man, there's better ways to deal with things you're dealing with, and I'm thankful that we live in a day and age now where there are options other than just going to the bar, dude, and drowning your sorrows. Because at the end of the day, that's not the most effective way to do it, because you're probably harming those that care about you, and you're definitely harming yourself. Doug?
It's kind of amazing how alcohol is so much a part of human culture across the board. I mean, not just some cultures. I grew up a long ways from where I am now, and the stories are all the same. I mean, we just listened to different music while we were drinking.
Yeah.
Objectively, to me, it's amazing that alcohol is even legal. I think if somebody invented alcohol today, nobody would accept it. It's just so incredibly damaging. And I'm not speaking from a position of never having tried it. It's so destructive, and it has such a negative impact on relationships and jobs, and the economic import of it is wild. I don't have anything particularly insightful to say other than, I've felt better since I slowed down, and it changed a lot of aspects of my life when I got to the point where I looked at it and said, look, this is too much. And then once I stopped, just kind of like you, where I looked at it from the other side, just can't believe how much it's part of people's lives sometimes.
Yeah. Don't do weed either, you stink.
I never liked weed.
That'll help your joints out though, won't it?
Smells.
You got arthritis in your knees and stuff.
Oh, here we go. Gonky's a pothead now.
Great.
We've just turned our substance abuse mental health minute into Gonky trying to self-medicate. Great.
No.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Let's see what the people at home say. Wrap this show up. Luna's getting antsy. We already talked about GA flying. Andrew says that doesn't count.
Okay.
The helicopter thing, which is
okay.
Doug, why did you start this?
I have no idea.
Takuda.
So I could find it later to delete it.
Oh,
you can go ahead and ignore that one.
All right. I'm probably not going to read that. That's spam, in case anybody's wondering. Joseph says boarding rates are 98% now, as I've been told.
Yep.
What's the 2%?
Probably guys like me.
Can't figure out how to turn it on.
Actually, Joseph, I had like a 99.9% boarding rate, but I got a lot of one wires. So I only bolted one time on a 9-month deployment. So
nice.
Yeah.
Andrew says, I want to see you two in a Cessna 172. I'll drop it now.
Be dangerous.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I like 172s, man. That's one of my favorite.
R44 is the same speed as a 172. So what's the problem?
172 is a fun airplane.
We flew in a 172, didn't we, Mover? Isn't that what that was?
Did. Yeah. John says, at first, addiction is maintained by pleasure, but the intensity of this pleasure gradually diminishes, and the addiction is then maintained by the avoidance of pain. Frank Tallis. Yep. Holly Movie Star says, on Mesa's CBS Mornings interview this morning, you can watch on their YouTube channel, host blurts out what Mace stands for. Was it in poor taste he did, since the pilots should reveal the meaning if they want to? Gonky, you can never go on CBS this morning.
No.
I just ruled that out.
Yeah.
They're going to blurt out the OPSEC.
It'll be a short show. Like she'll say it and then bloop, it'll just.
Yeah. Beep, beep. It's going to be all the colored bars or whatever. And we'll be right back.
Yeah. Technical difficulties.
So to answer that question, I mean, it's media.
They probably talked about it before.
They probably got it wrong. But I mean, yeah,
I'm sure they asked her.
technically you're really only supposed to say it like at the O Club or, there's like rules and stuff, but whatever. What do you think, Gonky?
I mean, I'd be surprised if they didn't talk about it beforehand.
Well, that's how they knew, right? How else would they have known the call sign?
I don't know. Maybe they read it somewhere.
They watched our show, watched my interview with her.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, no, I don't think it's a foul. It's cool that she was on CBS, though. It's awesome. I've never been on CBS.
I mean, I think at that point, what she's trying to do is promote her book and get her word out there. So you got to I'm sure she did. She handled it well.
Yeah.
I didn't see that part, but I'm sure she handled it well and, took it to stride and, whatever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Crazy Pete says, wrap my Mustang around a tree Saturday. Oh my God.
no.
Not a scratch on me. It might change my avatar. Man, sorry to
Dang,
hear
man. Yeah, be careful.
that. Were you at a Cars and Coffee?
Were you leaving a Cars and Coffee?
Cars and Coffee.
It's usually when the Mustangs get wrapped around trees.
I mean, I'm not surprised that a Mustang wrapped around the tree. I just
Somebody turned off all the trash control and all the nanny stuff.
There by the grace of God. I'm sorry.
That sucks, Pete. Sorry, man.
Mustang jokes are kind of low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, but we got to be kinder, gentler.
Yeah,
we're nice. Don't turn to the bottle, Pete.
Friend of the show, right. Pete. Sorry, man. Yeah, that sucks.
Don't let it drive you to drink.
Yeah, I hope you weren't drinking when it happened.
Dude.
What?
Oh,
hydroplaned off the runway.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Well. All right. Mace talked about it on the Fighter Pilot Pod. I can't believe she went on that. She told us she couldn't today.
No, she went on no, dude, she told us she went on there.
Today?
No, this was they were
last show.
Yeah, they recorded it a couple weeks ago and I saw something
today.
Well, maybe it only aired today.
Maybe you're right.
Well, yeah, the clip came out today, probably.
My feelings are hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Skid has the answer. Great officer, naval knowledgeable youngin.
Skid, you can't let him know what. You can't let him know. Now the cat's out of the bag.
Here's the problem, dude. We keep bringing it up and then saying we can't, and eventually.
Oh, someone's gonna know. Someone's gonna.
Yeah.
There's a number of people in the chat who claim to have figured it out, but they've been polite enough not to share it.
Dude, Doug, if you see the actual, you gotta roll right.
Yeah,
in,
I
you gotta roll it.
I will snap right on.
Or else it'll be the Mover and Doug show.
Well, I mean, you didn't name yourself. You're kind of a victim here.
I know.
Like, it's not your fault. You, in fact, 10 months ago, this could have been your swan song as a victim.
We should give Gonky kudos for embracing it as he has.
Well, dude, it's better than the alternate. If I would have fought it would have been even worse, Doug.
Good point.
How would it have gotten worse?
I didn't want to find out.
The question.
No, dude. I mean, before I was Gonky, my temporary call sign, which I'm just not going to say it, but I had a temporary call sign that was even more
inappropriate.
Yeah, but by Navy standard, 20 years ago, it was like.
Well, I mean, 20 years ago wasn't as far removed from that certain war as
correct
it is now. I mean, kids these days, I mean, that's like World War I to us.
Yeah. No, you're right, dude. Yeah.
I didn't even know it happened.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, yeah, my dad was in Vietnam, right? So
should have said that, Gonky. Shouldn't have said that. All right, man. Listen, I'm tired of this show. Send it.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Just this episode.
Just this episode. Yeah. Good night. Thanks.
Good night, everybody.
We'll see you next week.
Have a good week. We'll see you next time. Oh, we got special on next week, by the way.
Yes.
Whatever this is, I've had enough.
Yeah. Goodbye.
See you guys.